Okay, guys, welcome. As promised, we're going to discuss an important topic today, a polarizing event that happened this past week. And I'm just going to give my opinions on it, basically. I've written down some notes because it's too much to process all at once, and I want to get my point directly across to the audience so they know where I stand, what I think about it. Um, my first thing that came to my head is Charlie Kirk was murdered, and it's like Charlie Kirk was obviously right leaning. You know, he's a Republican, obviously, and so many contradictions started happening in my head. Like, I remember in 2021 or 2020, whenever the election was, Biden got elected. And I remember the whole ceremony was all about peace, love, unity. Let's come together. You know, black people, white people, trans, everyone, let's come together and love each other. You know, and even the Republicans, like he said, he wanted to make the United States a better place. Like he had love for everyone. So that's pretty much what I summed up in my head as liberals' identity. They, and I don't disagree with that. Like we can all love each other and everything like that. We can all do that, but this is just that's not the truth, really. Like if you look at it, it's not the truth. Um, Liberals continuously cheer on that identity that they're the good guys. You know, they're out to save the world. They're out to protect people, do this and this. But when things like this happen and the aftershocks of it, it shows their true colors, in my opinion. So, what I wanted to get to, when I first heard about it, I was at work and I come home. I see all these posts, like mainly against Charlie Kirk. And I know one thing that people are going to point out in this video is Charlie Kirk said gun violence is necessary to keep the Second Amendment intact. But I want to, like, I'm here to say that he said that in the wrong way, and I want to say what I think he meant. I think he meant some gun violence is bound to happen no matter what, and we have to have that in order to keep our Second Amendment right intact. And if we don't, more gun violence is going to happen. So there's always risks. There's never zero risk. So he, in my view, I don't have any factual evidence to back this up, but from what I've gathered and researched and just my opinion of what he was trying to say is the lesser of two evils, basically, and standing with our Second Amendment right. And it amazed me how much people glamorized the death of Charlie Kirk, because it hit me too, like to the core, because he's around my age and he had a loving wife and kids, and I can't imagine if that was me just leaving my wife, like, without me. It That's like real human pain. Like, we're all humans, right? But liberals cross that boundary, and even when they do, they post on social media like they don't give a shit. So, like, I see people saying like, you get what you deserve and stuff like that. It's like that's not humane to me. That's not that you're not being that's inhumane. I mean, I meant to say. But again, to my point, I've even seen part of my own family. Part of my family doesn't even speak on it because they know the clash. Like they know my stance and they know other people's stance, so they just stay silent. But there's other polarizing people in my family that I've noticed that have allowed. They haven't particularly. I'm not gonna say they have been glamorizing his death, but they have been minimizing it, and they have been allowing people in the comment section to glamorize his death, and that to me is just sick. That's sick. I don't know how anyone could allow sleep at night and just like be happy someone died, no matter who they are. So when I think about it in my brain, I'm thinking liberals care more about your opinion than your life. And another thing that popped into my head is okay, we can all agree January 6th was a tragedy. I can agree on that. I'm not some lunatic that is going to say that didn't happen. But on January 7th, I never saw, if someone could show me people cheering on people dying, I don't I did not see that. That was more of a political, like highly heated political climate that shouldn't have happened. I don't condone that either. I just want to make that clear. I don't condone that. Just so you know, I'm being transparent with everyone. And another thing I want to bring up that kind of correlates to this is the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. Again, liberals hate Donald Trump so much that they will go to any length to silence them. They will go to any length to silence people they don't like. Like, for example, the liberals hate Andrew Tate. We all know that. They haven't killed him, but they've put him in jail. They've tried to silence his platforms, but for some reason, Andrew Tate is still standing, still speaking, still doing his thing, inspiring young men, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say Andrew Tate is a perfect person, but everything, but he is a good role model if you look at stuff he says specifically about discipline, taking action, don't wait. The time isn't forever, your time isn't guaranteed. Things of that nature really motivate you. And motivation is different than discipline. You can have motivation one day and then not the next day, but discipline is doing it no matter what. So Andrew Tate, I do look up to Andrew Tate, and what he stands for in that regard, in regards to putting down women and everything like that. Obviously, like the harsh points, I don't agree with. I mean, I've seen videos literally of him saying men and women have different roles and we're here on this earth to complement each other. Like men are built to run into the building on fire, for example, right? Women are meant to soften that man and give him that love, and men are meant to protect that female because females obviously walking down the road at night, they're more vulnerable, they need more protection because there's a lot of crime out here, and it depends what city you're in, but it could be worse. Like Rochester is pretty, where I am right now, Rochester, it's a pretty liberal place. So women shouldn't be walking around alone in rough spots of the city at night. Even men. But like women are very vulnerable. So we do have our different, like, they talk about equality, and I agree with that in the sense of like the workplace opportunities and stuff like that. But equality is different than like roles complementing each other. We complement each other. Men and women complement each other. Um, and just to loop back to my other point, when I saw that shooter, it confused me because I researched this shooter when it happened. He wasn't trained. He didn't he didn't train for this. How did he nail Charlie Kirk right in the neck? Like right in the perfect spot just to take him out. It makes me wonder who else is behind this. Who else is behind this? Because that's it I mean, you know, 1 in a million chance, right? Like it could have happened, but there's no records of him anywhere training like with guns. So that makes me even more curious. That makes me want to go down the rabbit hole even more and figure out like what really happened. Uh, and this one just hits me especially hard because he was around my age, and I could see myself getting married in the next couple years, like him, and I want to be able to be a person that can speak my opinion. I don't want to be silenced. I'm not going to be silenced. Uh, but at the same time, I feel like the world has to be very cautious about going on like public platforms like this now because liberals, they're violent. They're literally violent no matter, I mean both parties are violent in their own way, but liberals will kill to get what they want, to shut you up. And that's what I've seen. If anyone in the comments can point out to me someone on the right wing trying to silence, like I know everyone hated Joe Biden from the right. They called him Sleepy Joe. He did nothing. Dementia, this and this and this. Right. I never heard anyone calling for his death. I never heard that. And it makes me think, do liberals even have an identity anymore? Because Republicans, like, they have an identity. Right, the right wing has an identity. We will speak our minds. And if you don't like it, you should respect it because we're, at the end of the day, we're all human. Like, to liberals, to me, it's like they literally care about your opinion more than your life. And it makes me uncomfortable going around people, even like certain family members that have this all over their Facebook because they they come across as dangerous people to me that allow this stuff on their Facebook, like he deserved to die. I'm glad he died. Like, I'm not speaking word for words. I'm just going based on what I've seen. Like I saw it, but I don't remember it word for word. But you get the gist of it, right? And we can all disagree on politics. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But it draws a line when you start screaming at each other. That's number one. When you start screaming at each other, you know it draws a line right there. We can have a conversation about politics, yes, but when someone doesn't respect someone else's opinion, human to human, that is disrespect right there. That's enough. The conversation ends there. We are here to have respectful conversations. Me, I don't want to say I'm Republican in my heart, but I am more right leaning. Like I don't align with liberals really at all. And to my final point, like I said, it's okay to disagree on politics. It's gonna happen forever. It's gonna happen forever. It's not gonna stop. But celebrating death is just inhumane, sick, disgusting, and it especially makes me sick because okay, Donald Trump is older. He's in his 70s, right? Like I see myself more in Charlie Kirk because I'm like around his age. And I believe he was 31 or 32. I'm about to be 30. I could be married by then. Obviously, you know, his kids, they wouldn't fall into the same timeline, but I could have a wife and she could be there. And if I were to ever go, I'm not saying I'm going to be the next Charlie Kirk or anything. I'm just saying, like, if I was ever speaking, like, I just kind of put myself in his shoes a little bit. If that were me, can you imagine what his wife feels like? All because liberals didn't like his opinion? It blows my mind. Like, it blows my mind. Liberals, I want to end it at this. Liberals, at their core, have lost their identity in America today. They've lost their identity. They don't know what they stand for anymore. They said they stand for peace, love, unity, and message. But in the past, what was it, July of 24, that Donald Trump attempted assassination. And now today, so in the past 14 months, they've attempted to kill two very polarizing figures. So I just want to end it with that. Like, I don't think liberals have an identity anymore, and it's really sad. And I hope nothing happens like a civil war or anything. I hope things can get better somehow. But I am here to mourn Charlie Kirk's death, not just for him, but for his family and for his kids, because their lives will never be the same, and they don't deserve that at all. And people who are celebrating it are just sick individuals to me that I do not want to be around. And that's really it. I promise you guys this video, and these are my opinions on the situation, and they won't change. Anyone who wants to comment and give me their view is more than welcome, but it's a very sensitive topic. I understand that, but I choose to speak my mind and let people know what I think about world events like this. So, the next video, it might not be like this. I mean, I'm jumping from like video to video, like personal videos to, you know, polarizing events, but I want my YouTube channel to cover everything. I wanted to have an identity. Something that liberals seem like they don't have right now. So, until next time, guys, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, and I will see you guys later.